asked me, again, I've been teaching for 7 years, and I talked about how my sister has homeschooled my nephew for the past 7 years, and I've just noticed some differences. And I know I will homeschool my kids too. And the comment asks, what are the biggest differences that I noticed between my nephew and my students? Mind you, keep in mind, I hold my students to a very high expectations. Like, I know this is public school. I know there are 24 of y'all, but I need everyone in this class to try their best. So keep that in mind too. And my nephew, of course, gets that one-on-one attention. And my sister is very like meticulous, she's very detail oriented. Like, researches the best curriculums, make sure she's going above and beyond, not just like the core subjects that we teach. Like, she includes language options, she includes like finances, she includes different things so my nephew can prosper. So the very first difference that I noticed, the reading level, like the gap is so wide. Even though my students, and I can say that my students this year, I always brag about them because their kindergarten teacher did what she was supposed to do, did what he was supposed to do. They came in, and I can tell they were at a very good spot in kindergarten. They come into first grade knowing their sounds. A lot of them are reading at like J levels, K levels, and if you're a first grade teacher, you know that is very high considerably for first graders. But the way my nephew can outread a lot of my students just goes to prove, again, it's not that my nephew's smarter, it's just he has that one-on-one attention. He's been able to like practice over and over and really hone into that skill set. So the reading levels, I noticed that's one major difference I noticed. I also noticed that my nephew is very much so independent. Even though they say like students who are homeschooled, sometimes they get very clingy to their moms and dads and things like that. No, my nephew, I notice he's able to do work independently for a longer period of time than some of my students. I also noticed that my nephew just expresses himself very, very thoroughly, whereas sometimes some of my students, sometimes I would have to, do a sentence starter, like help them to express those things. So those are some of the things I noticed. Also too, like math skill, he can do mental math really well, whereas I think a lot of my students rely on like the fingers and the number and the cubes, like the manipulatives. So those are the things that I just noticed. If you want me to go more into details, let me know too. I will do that for you as well.